going to show you how to cover a fruit cake in marzipan. So first of all, we need to prepare the base. So here's a fruit cake, and we've got some apricot jam that we've previously boiled. So to start off with, we're going to be covering the surface of the cake in the apricot jam. And here I'm using a palette knife, but you can use a pastry brush if you wish. You just need to make sure that all the top and the sides are covered with the jam, because this acts as a glue to make sure that the marzipan will stick to all the surfaces of the cake. The marzipan is an ideal layer to use on a celebration cake for weddings or for Easter or for Christmas. And there I've prepared the base, ready for the marzipan. So the marzipan, it starts off quite firm, so you need to knead it well on the work surface to make it a bit more pliable and easier to use. So once that's ready to go, we'll then be dusting the work surface with a little bit of icing sugar to make sure it doesn't stick. So that's nicely kneaded and ready. So here's my dusting of icing sugar. I want to make sure that the marzipan doesn't stick while we're rolling out. So I'm taking my rolling pin and start to roll with a nice even pressure. In between rollings, just turn as you go. Just make sure that the paste doesn't stick to the work surface. And I think that's nearly about the right size. So I'll move that to one side, and now I'll start to measure my cake. So using the pin placed against the side of the cake, I can estimate for the size, so it's around about there. Compare that to the size of the marzipan, and this roughly looks to be the right size. Just give it one final roll, and then I'm ready to apply that to my cake. So bring the cake back in front of you to make it easier. So I'm placing this over my hand and then over the top of the cake, and gently start to smooth it down. If you start from the top, then gently push down for the sides. Or if this was a larger cake, I would have actually used my rolling pin to put the marzipan across the pin and lifted it over the cake. But this one's only quite small, so I could use my hands. So if we press this down gently, making sure your hands have got icing sugar on them so it doesn't stick or drag. And then once we've done that, we then just need to trim off some excess. So carefully go around the edge of the cake, trimming the excess. Now this marzipan is not going to be wasted, because we'll knead it back together into a ball and keep that again for future use. So now I'll finish off the sides of the cake using a smoothing tool. This will give a nice clean finish to the edge of the cake, because it's then ready for further decoration using sugar paste. And here we have our finished prepared marzipan cake base.